this is Mike Ingham from BBC Radio Sport on 2. A warm welcome back to Match Weekly readers and our search for this year's Soccer Mastermind. This is your chance to follow in the footsteps of Tottenham and England star Glenn Hoddle, who was our first ever Mastermind of Soccer last year. And that's not all, because the new champion will meet the old champion. The top prize, exclusive to Match Weekly in this special competition, is a day out with Glenn Hoddle, when he'll present our reader champion with a fabulous video cassette recorder. And there are hundreds of other prizes as well. You'll be able to find details in the competition pages of this week's Match Weekly. Let me remind you then how you become the mastermind of soccer. In last week's special disc, I tested your soccer knowledge. You heard a lot of exciting action from memorable games. There's lots more coming up this week as we launch into part 2 of this great quiz. Following on from last week's 3 rounds, we're into round 4. Remember that you can find all the questions and details of how to enter on the competition pages of this week's Match Weekly. Round 4 we've called the Hot Shots. Listen to this.
Neil does some overlapping running. Neil holds it and cuts it back inside to McDermott. He's got Lee alongside him. Goes it alone though, turns in field, tries to find Rush. He's found him. Plays it back to McDermott. McDermott looking for Dalglish. Ball a little bit too far, but it's there. Oh, beautiful running that by Dalglish. Dalglish at his best. Ball laid forward. Defender with him. Parks came off his line. Dalglish, sharp as a needle. He was there.
That was Kenny Dalglish equalising for Liverpool in the League Cup final replay with West Ham at Villa Park in 1981. 2 questions coming up about that game. First of all, who was the West Ham goalkeeper in that match? And the second question, who then followed up that Dalglish goal with Liverpool's eventual cup-winning goal? And so on to our second hot shot.
10 minutes gone in the second half. United press forward again. The ball with Greenhoff just inside the box. There's Macari. And it's in the net. Macari has given United the lead again. Lou Macari pouncing on a defensive...
Well, that was a goal scored against Liverpool, and an unusual one as well for Manchester United in the FA Cup final of 1977. The commentator there gave the goal immediately to Lou Macari, but in the end it was credited to someone else. Who? I'll give you a clue. The player that eventually was credited with that goal was also mentioned in that piece of commentary. And the second question is simply this. Who led Liverpool in the 1977 FA Cup final against Manchester United? And from the hot shots, straight on to round 2, goals galore. Just like the Soccer Blitz last week, here's a selection of lightning-fast highlights from outstanding games. You'll need to listen carefully, but the simple question is, name the year that each one of these games took place.
Aguilar's lovely control, edge of the box, gets round 2 challenges and gets a shot in. It comes to Archibald. Great save by Corrigan, but then, oh, he's done it! Ricky Villa has done it! In the inside left position, 10 yards from the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. He'll take it to the byline and pulls the cross back. It's a dangerous one. It's played forward by Cross, and it's in! West Ham have got it!
Well, certainly Peter Osgood will know what it's like to have extra time because he played here for Chelsea and the ball is laid forward for Bobby Stokes and Bobby Stokes hits it and Bobby Stokes has scored for Southampton. Nealis is a bad ball from him and it's inside the area and Dalglish is onside here. Dalglish is still there. Dalglish plays it wide to Whelan and Whelan has scored. And it could be that Ronnie Whelan, who's now running all over Wembley, has won the cup for Liverpool. Going forward once more, Robertson, the danger to Malno. Goes outside the defender, he cuts it back, there's danger here. The header comes in, and it's there! Nottingham Forest have done it with Trevor Francis. David Geddes on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. He's got Nelson in front of him, he's gone outside, Nelson turns it flat. Willie Young's there, the chance is there, it's there! Roger Osborne has done it, Cliff Twitchdown, and they have scored 1-0.
Just one more round to go. I wonder how you're doing. How close are you to becoming our soccer mastermind, meeting Glenn Hoddle and winning that video cassette recorder? Our climax to the competition is in true mastermind tradition, 1 minute of quick-fire questions. But to make life a little bit easier, remember all the details can be found in this week's Match Weekly. So here we go. Italy beat West Germany 3-1 in the World Cup final. Who scored Germany's goal? Who play at the Vetchfield? Who is the manager of Leeds United? Ron Greenwood capped 54 players as England manager. Which one of these 3 didn't he cap? Kevin Reeves, Eric Gates, or Jimmy Case? Name 2 clubs that Bob Latchford has played for. Who won the European Cup last season? How many times have Nottingham Forest been league champions? Who plays at Carrow Road? The former England captain and Queen's Park Rangers favourite Jerry Francis now plays for which club? Who are known as the Blades? Who scored Scotland's consolation goal against Brazil in the World Cup? Who were the losing FA Cup finalists last season? Who played off for 3rd and 4th place in the last World Cup? And that's time, and also signals the end of our quiz. All you need to do now is to look at the competition pages inside Match Weekly. There you'll find details of how to enter, all the super prizes we're offering, and there's also one extra question we want you to complete in the event of a tie-break. Well, don't forget all the answers in a forthcoming edition of Match Weekly, so don't miss out. Make sure of your copy every week. This is Mike Ingham wishing all Match Weekly readers the very best of luck with your entries.